Alright, today we're going to be making a lemon couscous soup. So to start, take one small white onion and give this a fine dice. Then we're going to take about 3 to 5 cloves of garlic, and you can slice this, but I prefer it minced, and then you're going to set this aside for later. Next, you can add whatever vegetables you want, such as celery, but I'm going to take 3 medium carrots. I'm going to peel these and then give them a dice. I don't want them too thin as we don't want them to get mushy in the soup. For the soup, we're going to be doing everything in one pot. So I'm going to take a pot that's been sitting on medium heat, put a little bit of olive oil in, and then we're going to sweat out these onions. This generally takes about 3 minutes, and remember to season with salt and pepper along the way as it'll release some of the moisture from the onions. Once completed, we're going to add in our diced carrots and we're going to saute this for another 5 minutes until the onions are translucent. At this point, you're going to take about 10 cups of chicken or vegetable stock, add directly into the pot along with 1 can of chickpeas with their shells removed. Bring the soup to a slight boil, and then we're going to add in a cup of dry couscous directly into the soup. If you don't have couscous on hand, you can also use orzo pasta, and we're going to let this cook for about 10 minutes on a simmer until the couscous has absorbed some of the broth and is soft. To make the soup extra creamy, we're going to temper an egg mixture. So as the soup is simmering, take 4 large eggs, place in a bowl along with the juice of 1 large lemon, and then we're going to stir to combine. Now it's time for the most important part. You're going to take a ladle of the hot soup, and while rapidly stirring with one hand, you're going to slowly drip in the soup, making sure to not go too fast, otherwise you'll scramble the egg mixture. It's okay to take your time, and takes about 2 to 3 ladles of soup in order to fully temper the eggs. Before mixing the eggs directly into the soup, make sure that you've turned the heat off on the pot and allowed the soup to cool for a few minutes. And just as before, you're going to see that we're slowly mixing in the egg mixture while rapidly stirring with one hand, and the end result is a much lighter but also creamier soup. To avoid the eggs scrambling at last minute, I'm going to keep the heat off, and we're going to add in about 2 handfuls worth of spinach and then give a stir until it's well wilted. For seasonings, this is going to ultimately be determined by what stock you use, but as I use chicken stock, just seasoning with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we're ready for plating. Pretty simple. And then I'm just adding a couple large ladles of soup into a bowl, taking a lemon I've had cut up on the side for garnish, and then I like to add a little bit of feta cheese to the soup. I think it just gives it that extra kick, and then taking a toasted baguette I've had on the side, and there you are, your soup is completed. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.